Prepare yourself for the brand new fun from Classic Home Entertainment, Classic Cartoons, Volume. Whoops. Prepare yourself from Classical Home Entertainment and MeTV Sponsorings present Classic Cartoons, Volume 2, now available on DVD. This new legendary collection includes 6 cartoons with fun, slapstick, even more fun, and even more slapstick, including brand new historical mayhem with long-lost characters that everyone loves and remembers, like Cool Cat and more, including a lost short. So treat yourself with a family fun with the brand new 6-cartoon one-disc collection that really proves that cartoons are cartoons for kids. That makes no sense. Buy it now! And also Volume 1, buy it now! New from Moonlight Cinema's Picture 3D Productions present a new experience. New Turtles 3, the great film that everyone loves, is now being re-released. But this time, it's now woggling 3D.
3D!
February 31st in Fake D 3D. Theaters everywhere. Get tickets!
Yeah.
So, yeah. 2 things before the list actually starts. 1. I originally came up with this concept September 18th, which is when I edited number 5. But then I got super lazy and I didn't edit them until that next Saturday, which is the 24th. Which is when I edited number 4, number 3, and number 2. And then all the other stuff I edited today, including the Sun Show. And second, warning, the following cartoons reflect the time they're made. Well, it's kind of obvious because they're made during that time. But anyway, the reason that I say that is because it depicts some stuff that was okay or less bad to talk about and joke about back then, including child neglect, suicide, and blackface. If any of those things make you uncomfortable in any sort of way, feel free to click off the video. I would understand. Thanks. Tom and Jerry is a great classic show that everybody loves and remembers, but sometimes it was terrible and bad, and that's what we're going to look at today, with the top 5 worst Tom and Jerry shorts, at least in my opinion. Anyway, at the number 5 spot we have Neapolitan Mouse, or however you say it. It's so boring. The plot is that Tom and Jerry are chasing each other through Italy. There's a random Italian mouse that just looks like Tuffy. These random dogs like they come from a Tex Avery short, and basically nothing happens. They're just randomly walking around and talking about random stuff, and then the short ends. Nothing even happens except for a random 30-second part in the beginning. And yeah, it's boring and bad, and that's the review. Anyway, number 4 is Baby Puss, which I think is really infamous. It's on a lot of worst lists. Is it really as bad as everyone says? Not really. It's still really terrible. Well, it's still really terrible. It just has Tom being tortured. There's just a bunch of random stuff that happens. Then these random alley cats come in. There's a song sequence, and then Tom gets fake castor oil because it's hilarious. And yeah, what makes it extra good in the end is that Jerry also gets castor oil in the end, which would be super funny and hilarious. Except for that, it didn't really do anything. At least not anything as bad as in some other random Tom and Jerry stuff. So yeah, not really deserved. Also, he randomly goes in the room and vomits. So, yeah, awful. The end. So at number 4 is Baby Puss. It's a pretty infamous short. On a lot of worst lists and stuff. Is it really as bad as people say? Well, I personally don't think so. It's still really terrible. The plot is that there's a random girl that owns Tom, so then he dresses him up in a diaper and pretends he's a baby. Just Tom getting tortured and, yeah, just a bunch of random unfunny antics. Then there's random alley cats come in, there's a song sequence, Tom gets fed castor oil, he goes to the window and vomits, and that's basically the end of the short. And yeah, the short is really terrible and bad. Jerry also gets castor oil. I don't think he really actually does anything to deserve it. So yeah, the only thing that really saved this short besides the animation's almost always good. Almost always. But there's also one funny part, and yeah, that's basically it. The short is terrible. So, anyway, at the number 3 spot is Busybodies and Tot Watchers. I was really going to put Tot Watchers up here, but then I realized that it didn't matter, so I just decided to put both of them up here. Anyway, the concept is so terrible. Well, actually, it's not really a bad concept, just that it's terrible. The babysitter is kind of being a bitch to Tom for no reason, and also child neglect is very funny. Reminds me of that super great and hilarious Chippendale episode, which I don't think you should watch because it's horrible. But, yeah, it's basically in the later CinemaScope era where all the shorts had really terrible and off-model looking animation, and basically everything was horrible. And anyway, the short is bad and stupid. The end. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but Top Waters was the last short ever made. So yeah, what a great short to go out on. So anyway, on to number 2. Anyway, number 2 is His Most Friday. It's so dumb and bad. The plot is that Tom is stranded and stuff, so then Jerry, just a fool and scared Tom, disguised as a black cannibal. It's so hilarious and funny. So, yeah, the only saving grace of anything is that there's like one singular good joke. And yeah, that's basically it. The whole plot is racist, and yeah, it's very weird, but also hypocritical that they decided to release this, where the whole entire 100% short is racist, but not Casanova Cat and Mouse Cleaning, which is basically the same amount of racist stuff that's in all the other shorts. Also, fun fact, Paul Frees voices racist Cannibal Jerry. That has nothing to do with anything, but I just thought I'd mention it. The end. And at number 1, the absolute worst Tom and Jerry short from the Hanna-Barbera era, in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure it's yours too, is Downhearted Duckling. And if you haven't heard of this short, then yeah, that's good. Stay as far away from the short as humanly possible. Probably not even as humanly possible. The short is about Little Quacker, the random duck character, thinking that he's ugly and wants to kill himself. That's literally the whole short. It's not even funny. And yeah, it's bad and dumb. Well, I do like the ending, so yeah, I do like the ending where he gets a girlfriend, but yeah, it's basically Little Quacker talking about him wishing he was dead and trying to kill himself and trying to force Tom to eat him. It's so dumb and bad and uncomfortable, and yeah, anyway, that's why it's the worst short. Hope you enjoyed and agreed with all the choices in this list. Agree with all the choices up here. So yeah, if you don't, then nothing's gonna happen. But still, agree with all choices. Anyway, random honorable mention. I was gonna put a dishonorable mention, but I don't think there was any other shows that I wanted to talk about specifically, or at least any that were bad. So yeah, honorable mention: Blue Cat Blues. I do sort of see why people don't like this short, but I honestly really like it, and yeah, that's basically it. And also, fun fact: Paul Frees voices Jerry in this short. So yeah, another random thing I thought I mentioned has nothing to do with anything, but yeah, fart. Here's a random honorable mention. I was originally going to do a dishonorable mention, but there are no other shorts that I thought were that bad that I want to talk about specifically, besides the ones on this list. But yeah, I want to talk about Blue Cat Blues. I do sort of see why people hate it, but I honestly think that it's really good. And yeah, I like it. So yeah, in case you didn't know, the plot basically starts with Tom just standing on the train tracks waiting for the train to come and run him over, and Jerry retells the whole story when him and Tom were just hanging out and doing best friend things. But then Tom sees this girl cat and becomes all horny and tries to top this random other cat who is Butch. And then Jerry talks about his girlfriend in the end after the story's over. But then there's this random other mouse that she goes with. Then they just both sit on the train tracks together, and yeah. Anyway, I do like the short, and that's basically it. Anyway, a dishonorable mention for the super crappy and terrible CinemaScope remix, which I was too lazy to actually download, so I'm just gonna put the titles on the screen. Yeah, they're basically just attempts to remake 3 random shorts, and they're not really specific shorts, just 3 random shorts, new CinemaScope format. And they wouldn't really be that bad, except for that the backgrounds look infinitely worse, and yeah, also Tops with Pops look super terrible specifically. It literally looks like an extreme bootleg. But yeah, anyway, these ones are just pointless. They're not really worth complaining about, so that's why I decided to have the dishonorable mention, because I wanted to complain about it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. What are your most and least favorite Tom and Jerry shorts? Type it down in the comments below. Do you guys want me to do more worst lists? So yeah, you can also type that down in the comments. I'm probably not gonna actually do them because I'm too lazy to do anything. But yeah, I'll keep that all the way in the back of my brain. So yeah, bye. Today is Today's gonna be a review on the end of the episode Dimwit Ed from season 3. This isn't really gonna be a start of a new review series. At least I don't plan to do one, but if this video does well, then well, yeah, I might. Anyway, now it's my time to state my thoughts and there as a whole, and yeah, I do like the series. I don't really think that I've watched much of it outside the episodes in the Fool's Paradise DVD. Also this and like a couple of other episodes. Also the season 6 episode, and I plan to review Look Before You Ed sometime later. Anyway, now we have this episode, Dimlet Ed from season 3, as previously mentioned. The plot of this episode is that everybody in the cul-de-sac is a complete idiot for no reason. So then Double D tries to set up this scavenger hunt to make them learn things. But then Rolf randomly mentions that the prize might be a jawbreaker, so then everybody thinks that, and then Ed and Eddie just torture Double D until he reveals that there's no jawbreaker, and then everybody beats him up. Well, except for Naz and Kevin. They all just disappear after Kevin mentions that he has a garage full of jawbreakers. If they want one so badly, they could just go there, so yeah, dumb. In the end, Double D just learns to accept everybody's stupidity, and nothing has changed, except for that everybody's intelligence is restored in the next episode, so no point. This episode is okay. It's kind of just Double D being tortured and then everybody being a complete fucking idiot for no reason, and that's my main takeaways / problems with the episode. So leave your opinions and stuff down in the comments below, or whatever. Always buckle your seatbelt, or that could be you. Now available on DVD for the first time ever is the brand new Green Eggs and Ham 2-disc Eggy Edition. Now available on DVD for the first time ever. Also on Blu-ray. This incredible special includes 3 stories. Plus loads of fun for the entire family on Blu-ray, including brand new featurettes featuring the ghost of Paul Winchell and Alan Sherman, plus sing-along mode on the DVD only. With this brand new special, you'll be laughing for a billion, zillion, gajillion years with the brand new 2-disc Eggy Edition on DVD and 1-disc Eggy Blu-ray Edition on DVD. Plus, these brand new Dr. Zeus collections, where you can also get the DVD and more fun. No available ouch. Bow. No, you can join the Sleechers on the beaches, the Zacks and the Prairie of Cracks, and Sam I Am and wherever Green Eggs and Ham takes place, in the brand new Green Eggs and Ham 2-disc Eggy Edition. Now that you have this, you get the special and more, including brand new featurette and sing-along DVD only. No, you can join the Sneeches on the beaches, the Zacks in the Prairie of Cracks, and Sam I Am in a car, boat, train, and more when you buy the brand new 2-disc Eggy Edition on DVD and the 1-disc Blu-ray Edition when you get the movie and more. Reggie.